Co-defendant.
Jasmine Presenio.
All right. State, do you have the cause number of the co-defendant on this case? Thank you. And who would you all be proceeding on trial first?
That I do not know. I know Brandon has been handling Faircloth and Megan has been doing Miss Presenio.
Okay.
And I think Presenio, they were working toward a resolution.
Okay.
So probably this one.
Okay.
And then Jasmine Presenio's case is going to be 2025 CR 008704. And then she also has 2026 CR 004912. And then a family violence.
Okay. And is she on bond?
She,
If
yeah, I mean, obviously is lady. I believe.
Okay.
Nope, she's in custody. Sorry, she is in custody, and she said on 9/3.
Norma, set this on. Okay, what is this date from September 9th through 11th? No, a judicial conference, so no jurors are available. What is that?
The jury. So they don't have any juries available.
I have a judicial conference on that day?
All of it.
No, I've decided not to attend. Doing things that have no meaning. You know, it's like all of the meetings that people will have sometime. I'm like, this could have been handled in an email. Why are we having a meeting and we're not solving anything? Oh, yes. And I just want to send an email. This could have been handled in an email. Let's handle it in an email. All right. So, Deputy Laura, I know you all like to keep people separate. Are you okay to have him on the 3rd with the co-defendant? See? Thank you. I know you can handle it. All right, Norma, this is your final plea deadline date on November 3rd. I'm sorry, September 3rd. If an agreement is not reached by that time, you're coming back on jury trial on September 8th, and they will have jurors on that date.
Thanks, Judge.
All right. Thank you. Is there anything else? Deputy Laura, this is Juan Enrique Munoz. He's on page 4. All right. Hi. So this has been reset for plea deadline date and it's set for today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
We conferred. We're asking for a jury setting.
All right. So this is tampering with electronic monitor. Norma, recall this on the 18th for jury trial. All right. Once you sign the reset form, you excuse, I need an acknowledgement of discovery before you all leave.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Go anywhere to eat?
Oh, of course.
You go.
Oh, look, now we're having conversations. Now, I ended up going to have a nice salad. You know, I've discovered I try a lot. If you don't eat anything heavy at lunch, but something that's healthy at lunch, you'll still be awake for today, and your mind will be functioning very well. And I'm sorry, just 1 second. I have to sign this that they sent to me that needs to be signed now. All right, are the parties ready?
State's ready, Judge.
Okay.
Defense ready, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2026 CR 000426 and 2026 CR 000424, State versus Jose Ismael Salazar. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Brandon Prater for the state. Robert Ariana for the defendants.
All right. So we had a tentative beginning to this hearing. There were several documents that were submitted to the court through email, and there were no objections to the court reading those. So I read those over the break. There was no objection to the court reviewing the PSI and TAP evaluation. So I reviewed the PSI and TAP evaluation. So as previously stated, and cause number 2026 CR 000424. According to your plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 2 years in the state jail facility. This will run concurrent with 2026 CR 000426. And in cause number 2026 CR 000426. According to your plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years to the lesser included offense of robbery, and it's to run concurrent with 2026 CR 000424. And in each of the cause numbers, the state is opposed to your applications. Are there any corrections or additions to the PSI report from either party?
Not from the state.
Not from defense judge.
All right, any witnesses state?
There's not from the state, but we do have victim impact.
All right, any witnesses?
Yes, Judge.
All right, you may call your first witness.
Defense calls, Mr. Patterson. Lloyd Patterson.
You're back against the counter.
Hello. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up because the court reporters have to hear. All right, if you state your name for the record.
My name is Lloyd Patterson.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Patterson, can you tell the court where you work?
I currently am the CEO of the Urban Apostles.
Can you tell the court what Urban Apostles is?
The Urban Apostles is a nonprofit organization that provides reentry services to justice impacted youth.
How long have you been at this role?
Well, I've been mentoring for about 20 years, but the Urban Apostles has been in existence for 4 years in the state of Texas.
Okay. And mentoring for 20 years. Can you tell me about the position you held prior to Urban Apostles?
I work for Rise Recovery and Rise Inspire Academy, to be exact.
Okay. What did you do with Rise Recovery and Rise Inspire Academy?
At Rise Inspire Academy, I was a recovery coach and a youth gang intervention expert.
Okay. Can you describe to the judge what the mission statement for Urban Apostles is?
Our mission statement clearly states that we reach the so-called unreachable and teach the so-called unteachable, transforming perceived community asset liabilities into community asset.
Okay. What services does this organization provide?
We provide intervention and prevention services. Our intervention services are surrounded around justice impacting young people. We walk them through an 8-week curriculum. We do not conflict resolution, but we resolve conflict, meaning we try to get them to identify conflict before it occurs and then take the off-road. We also provide them with substance use disorder services if they show the early symptoms of substance use disorder. We also provide reentry services, and we also provide gang debriefing services.
Do you provide opportunities for job training or job placement?
We do. We not only do we provide opportunities for them to be placed in jobs, we also provide opportunities for them to be mentors and to find their own voice.
Okay. Has your organization worked with the courts or probation departments before with placing participants?
Yes, we currently have an agreement in place with Bayard County Juvenile Probation, and they refer young people to us, and we walk them through the process of our program. Our Apostles group, which is peer mentors leading peers.
Okay. Roughly how many young people have in the program has the program worked with so far?
Maybe 50 to 55.
And what kind of outcomes have you seen?
Amazing. We have an 87% success rate as far as helping juveniles get off probation complete drug court, enroll in higher education, universities and or military.
Can you describe generally what has made the program effective for participants with backgrounds similar to Jose?
First thing that we impress upon them is that there is no savior. They must be the hero of their own story.
How did you come to know Jose?
Jose came, when I first met Jose, he was traveling through a difficult period in his time, in his life. So he ended up at Rise Inspire Academy, which was the school attached to Rise Recovery.
Did they refer them to you, or is that where you met him?
That's where I met him. And then he was referred to be on my caseload by the licensed social worker there based on the demographics of his ACEs.
Have you assessed him for the program with Urban Apostles?
I did. He came into Urban Apostles shortly after this case, I believe, occurred. And then at that time, we reassessed him. Originally, we assessed him at Rise Inspire Academy. However, we assessed him using their tools.
Okay. And after your assessment, what is your impression of him?
My original impression, my first assessment of Jose was that there was 3 forms of enablers that we measured. We measured the family enabler, the personal enablers, and the community enablers. Jose scored highest in family enablers as a direct result of the ACEs based on the abandonment issues and the disappearing father. And then the community is where he scored highest next because of the community that he lived in. Although it's situated on the Northwest, it is one of those pockets of low income or poverty within the Northwest. So it doesn't enjoy all of the greater financial successes of the area that he was reared in.
If the court places Jose on community supervision, what specifically could Urban Apostles provide him with or assist him with?
Well, the court has already trusted Urban Apostles to some extent because we testified on his behalf when you put him on monitor. And so we have provided him with work opportunities. We've also provided him with opportunities to grow his own voice. Even though he can't move around a lot, we've had Zoom meetings which allowed him to participate. He's come to some social events even prior to being put on monitor. So what we would do moving forward is he would still be a member of our program. We would still support him in every way possible to encourage him to shake the generational curses, remind him that he is not the circumstances he was born into, and to excel in his life, especially in the higher education. We believe in education for liberation.
Would services also include continued job placement or support with his current employment?
Yeah, we would continue to use it. Earlier, I stated that one of our biggest objectives in contact with justice impacted youth was turning perceived community liabilities into community assets. What that means is after he has completed a certain amount of time within our program, learned our curriculum, he then carries the message to the people behind him in junior high school and elementary.
Okay. Would this also include counseling, and if so, what kind?
Yeah, we never stop mentoring, and we're mentoring all the way through 24. And as situations arise, transformation and recovery is not a linear event. So all of the complexities that may go in, that made up his character from the ACEs, as those are revealed, we refer him out to higher level of care if necessary.
Okay. How would the program coordinate with probation officers or report to the court if needed?
Even now, what we do is we have an open line of communication, first of all, and probation is invited to all of our events to participate if they would like. And then where they're struggling or we can bridge the communication gap between him and probation, we also do that.
Okay. Based on your experience and your assessment of Jose, do you think he's a good candidate for community supervision?
I think Jose's a good candidate for community supervision for a couple of reasons. Number one, he scored highest in family enablers. That situation no longer exists in his home. His mother took care of that. Secondly, his community and neighbors. His mother took care of that by moving to a location in Kirby into a multi, family community. And so with those two things off the board, I believe that his own ambition, he graduated from high school of his own accord. Like he left Rogers Fire Academy without a high school diploma. He enrolled himself in SAU. He got a high school diploma. He continues to work with us and for us, even in volunteer capacity. I know that he's not here because of anything good or any type of conduct that would be considered acceptable. However, as a young person, to derail him now in not use incarceration or punitive measures, if not necessary, transformation doesn't really happen in those environments, in my experience. And his best shot of being a productive member of society is for him to remain in society.
Pass witness.
No question, Judge.
Yes. All right, I have a question,
It's me.
if there are no objection.
Not at all.
No objection.
All right, so I'm familiar a little bit with your program, but with regards to Mr. Salazar, how long would he be allowed to stay in your program or have some sort of supervision through your program?
Till he was 24 years old. So they moved from teen to young adult to adult, and we try to transition them through the same exact way by finding transitional housing, sober housing, and then plugging them in with community resources. Education is our primary goal with people like Jose.
Okay, so he'll be supervised by you all if I grant his application until he's 24.
Yes, ma'am.
And then how do you move them to the part of their life where you signified as young adulthood?
Okay, so when they move to young adult, that's really the age between 18 and 21. Like
Okay.
they have adult responsibilities, but not complete responsibility yet. And so at that time, we also realized that the neurosciences, his brain is still developing. He's still going through a learning process. So we support him in every way we can, especially with our partners over at Emotion Wellness.
Mhm. And I'm so sorry to go out of order. How old is your client?
18.
Okay, so he's currently 18.
Turned 18 in May.
Okay.
Judge, if I may answer a few.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jacqueline Rios,
All right, you may proceed.
Ms. Rios, where do you currently reside?
in Converse.
Is that in Bear County? Is that in San Antonio?
It's still considered, Bear County, yes.
Okay. What is your relationship to Jose?
He's my son.
And right now, does Jose live with you?
Yes.
How long has he been living with you?
This time, 5 years.
Okay. Does anybody else live at your house?
No, it's just him and I.
Does Jose have any other siblings?
Yes,
How many?
2.
Can you tell us why you are here today?
To be a representative for my son.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
Okay, all
All
right.
right, so let me just, for a moment, let me cut through your nervousness, all right, a little bit. One, whatever you say to me, whatever my decision ended up being in this case, is not your fault for whatever you said, right? I'm just here to gather information.
Thank you.
Okay. So nothing that happens, my decision will not be your fault. I just need you to tell me the truth because I'm trying to get some insight to him. Believe it or not, my main job or obligation is to make sure that the community is protected. If I had a crystal ball, and if I had a crystal ball that says, oh, this person is coming up here, the state is opposed to their probation, and I look at the crystal ball and the crystal ball says, hey, if you give this person probation, they're going to commit this crime, then that would be easy for me. I'm like, they're going to prison. So I don't have a crystal ball. So that's why I try to get as much information as possible so I can interpret what's in the steps, what's not in the steps, and what's being presented to me. Okay?
Okay.
So no need to be nervous.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Judge. What's your relationship like with Jose?
It has gone from parent-child to now where he kind of has to take care of me, going through medical issues.
Can you tell us about your current health situation?
I have stage 3 stomach cancer.
What role does he play in your care and treatment?
He takes me to my appointments, helps around the house, and reminds me of all the meds.
How long has he been active in this role?
About a year.
How has this responsibility affected him?
I think he had to man up, and unfortunately, like I said, I took a little bit of what was left of his childhood away. But he has definitely stepped up with me.
Let's talk a little bit about Jose's education. So far, what's the highest level of education he's achieved?
He is a freshman at the University of Incarnate Word.
Did he graduate high school?
He graduated high school at 16.
And when you say graduated high school at 16, how do you do that?
So ordinary school didn't work for him. So I found him a charter school. That's when he went to SOAR. SOAR was going to take too long. And he was ready to move forward. So then I found him the SA Youth, and he was able to do high school quickly there and graduated. And then immediately afterwards, he registered for spring at the University of Incarnate Word.
What was he studying at the University of Incarnate Word?
He is getting a degree, God willing, in business.
Was he on any kind of financial assistance?
Yes.
What kind?
We have financial aid and a waiver.
What's a waiver?
A waiver is for employees that work at the university, get some of the tuition taken off.
Okay. Was he on any kind of scholarships?
Yes, he got a provost scholarship, which is actually one of the highest besides the presidential scholarship. So he went in with a 3.4 GPA, and he was doing good, obviously, until he made the mistake. And
Well,
had to
not a
make
mistake, choice.
choice. You're right. Choice, the decision, and he was put on academic hold.
Okay. And just to be clear, can you tell the court what he was arrested for?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know
Just what you, I know you don't know the legal words, but what do you?
Robbery.
robbery
Okay.
and the using a car without permission.
Okay.
Okay. What are his plans once this matter, this case is behind him one way or the other? What are his plans?
He starts school on the 24th. He's working. He also has a pending job at Toyota. So I'm hoping he'll be so busy. The only thing he comes home for is to help me around the house or to go to bed
Okay. Going back to school, where at?
at the University of Incarnate Word.
All right. We talked about jobs. Where is he currently working now?
He works for Lloyd.
Do you know what he does, more or less?
It's more like an ushering slash security for special events that they have.
Okay. Do you know how long he's held that job with Lloyd?
I think 2 years.
And overall, how is he doing? Has he been fired?
No.
Okay, all right. Does he have any volunteer work or community activities?
So at the school, it's a Catholic university, so they are mandatory to volunteer for the community and at the school. And he's actually just started and already has 200 hours there.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about going back to the beginning. Where was Jose born?
He was born in Edinburgh, Texas.
And did he stay? How long was he in Edinburgh before he moved to San Antonio?
So he was pre-K. Pre-K is when we moved back. I went back and forth with his dad. And every time we ran, we just ended up circling back.
Was Jose with you this entire time, or was he with other people?
So when we came back, when he was 3, we stayed for a year and then we moved back to the valley. Where we were living wasn't safe for him, so I let him stay with an aunt of mine. And he stayed there until 3rd grade or 4th grade, and then we moved back to San Antonio. It's been back and forth.
I'm sorry, just to interrupt a little bit.
Yes, ma'am.
You had mentioned something about, you said something that you would run and then you would move back. What do you mean
Yes, ma'am.
by you
I
would
was
run?
in an abusive relationship for 30 years.
And so my next question was you said it wasn't safe for Jose. Why wasn't it safe for Jose?
Because his dad is an addict. And there was times where he felt like he needed to protect me and would get involved.
Who would feel like he?
Junior,
Who's Junior?
Jose,
How old was he more or less when this happened?
the first time he saved me he was 3.
When did Jose ever leave the house because of his father?
Yes,
How long was he gone?
months.
Where would he sleep?
And he slept in cars. He slept with his friends. I'm not sure.
When did he finally come back?
I'm 15.
Why did he come back?
He was tired of living on the streets and doing wrong and decided he wanted to do right. And I did right by him by making his father leave.
Does he have any other supportive relationships besides yourself and Lloyd?
He has come very close to the advisor that we have at the university that follows him. He has my mother, who is a doctor. He has his brothers, and he has me.
If the court were to place Jose on probation, would he continue to live with you?
Yes,
What support would you be able to provide him?
I would make sure that he goes to all his appointments and guide him in the correct way.
But whose responsibility is this at the end of the day?
Yes,
Jose violated or broke the law, would you turn him in?
I am the first one to call.
As a mother, what would you hope for in this case?
I love my son and I want the best for him. And I know his decisions caused a lot of people troubles, but I know that he's ready to do good. And I believe that if punishment is needed because he needs to be accountable, but I believe that jail is not what he needs and actually would stunt his moving forward in life.
Pass witness.
And I really think they should go back to having elementary school be 1st grade to 6th grade. I don't know why it isn't.
I agree. They do 7th, 8th, and 9th
Mhm.
in junior high.
Yes. See, in junior high, we had 7th, 8th, and 9th, but if you wanted to, you could start 9th grade in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I did it because my cousins were in high school. I'm like, I want to go with my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the court is calling 2026 CR 008177, State versus Michael Solana. Can I have parties announced?
David McLean for the defense.
And are you Mr. Solana?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Solana, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State proceeding as presented. Ms. Solano, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with obstruction or retaliation as a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Solano, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No,
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
no, ma'am.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand that?
yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years. There's $1,000 fine probated. State recommends community supervision. They're taking